In this video, we will be again continuing with our journey for SAP Central Finance configuration. And this is video number 13. So just to give you background what we have covered till now, this is what we have covered. And I would recommend personally to everybody who is watching this video that you should follow the sequence so that you understand the sequence of steps in terms of configuration. So there are 12 videos. You can see 11 are here, and the 12th video is we discussed about replication settings for profit center accounting. And in the video number 13, we will be talking about replication settings for cost estimates as well as replication settings for activity rates. These are the areas which we are going to discuss today. Let's start with the content. So if you go to the replication settings of cost estimate under CFIN IMG, you will find just one configuration area where you have to provide the rules for replicating cost estimate from a source system to CFIN system. And during ongoing replication, all cost estimate from source system will be validated against the rules you define. So it is not just copy paste from source to target, rather system will pick from the source system, will validate against it, does it match with the rule, and it will transfer based on the rule. And if something is validated, it will pass on. And if no rules are defined, then no cost estimate are transferred. So it is important to understand that wherever there is a rule defined, then only the replication will happen. So what are the configuration settings? So if you go here under define rules for a cost estimate replication, you have to add the logical system, of course, the source system details, maybe PC1 CLNT 100, for example, you have to add the system number. Then the reference object, you need to select the type of cost estimate that is transferred. For example, for material cost estimate, we use 0. So you have to add the reference, which is basically the type of cost estimate. Of course, the relevant controlling area, because that cost estimate may be existing in multiple controlling areas depending on the system settings of the source side. So you have to specify which controlling area are you really talking about. So you have the combination now system plus controlling area. And then the plant, for which plant you want to transfer. And then the two most important points are costing variant and costing date. So here you have to enter the costing variant, for which the cost estimate needs to be transferred. Of course, you have the costing variants created in the source system, and also now costing date from, which is an optional field, which enter the date from which execution of cost estimate are allowed for transfer. So of course, you put the date, for example, 1st July 2020 or 1st September 2020, and from that date, system will start replicating the cost estimates. So this is the transfer rule header. And once you define this rule, you need to, you can define the rules at the item level as well. So this is the only setting which needs to be done in cost estimate replication. And this will be visible in your AIF when you go to AIF IFMON transaction or error handling management. Then you will see all these transactions being clearly visible there. Success, failure, any status message. Coming to the next one, a replication setting for activity rate. So there are two settings where first is we have to define activate the transfer rule, and once the rule is activated, then you define the actual rules. So in the first setting, you just have to activate. If you see on the screen currently it says inactive and there is a button which says activate. So what will happen is if you activate, you enable the check of transfer rules during replication. Data that does not meet the rules will not be transferred. Same process as we just discussed about cost estimate, that in the next step you define the rules. Activation does not mean everything will be transferred in terms of activity rates. You first activate and then define the rules, and anything which is meeting the rules will get replicated. And if something is deactivated, then will not be checked. So you disable the check of transfer rules during the replication, and the data transferred from the source system will not be checked against the transfer rule. So you can deactivate as well. Now comes the rule. So in the logical system section, of course, you have to define the logical system and which it is active or not. In the logical system, you enter the logical system, of course, as we just talked about, the source system details, and you need to check the activate box to activate the replication of the corresponding logical system. So it is at now at the system level. Previously, it was really you want to activate the functionality or not. Now, if you activate the functionality, which is mandatory, and now you define at a system level. So for example, you have two source system. For one you want to activate, for one you don't want to activate. So it's up to you. So now once you define the logical system and then you activate it, then for each logical system, then if you go to the left hand side in the header section, you need to define, if you see the second point, activity rates transfer rule head, you have to define the controlling area, version, cost center, and what value type from the drop down list. And of course, year is optional, from which year you want to replicate. And if you leave the year field empty, activity rates created in all fiscal years can be transferred. So it's up to you from for which year you want to replicate. And if you don't maintain any rule in header for a logical system, then no activity rates are transferred from this system, even if it is active. So you have to specify clearly what rules you want. And for each header rule, you specify in the item level what variant needs to be selected and you have to enter the value of the variant value depending on the variant. So you select the variant A and then what is the value of that variant. So that you have to select it from the when you commit the source transfer rule source item level. So you have to make 3 settings in summary. You have to first activate, then you add this logical system, you active, and then you have to give the rules at the header at the line item level. If you don't give any rule, system assumes you don't want the replication. So those are the steps which we need to take for replication of cost estimates. Sorry, activity rates. And we also already discussed that cost estimate replication. So with this video, we complete almost the CFIN IMG in terms of a replication. We already discussed about other replication objects, and then like cost objects, financial documents, CO documents, and now we are just completed, also discussed profit center accounting documents in the last video, and we have discussed cost estimate and activity rates in this video. So moving forward, now in the next video, we will focus upon central payments. We will talk about activation as well as cross-system process control, which is a brand new functionality being introduced in 1909. We will talk about this particular functionality in the next video. So stay tuned and do not forget to like, share and subscribe the channel. Of course, any questions you have, feel free to put it in the chat in the YouTube comment section, and I will be happy to address that. So now we have all these videos available on YouTube, free of cost, of course. You have full flexibility to learn central finance, and I'm there to help you with any questions. So you have now full training material available on YouTube. So stay tuned, and I will come up with more videos as we move on. Thank you.